Hello everyone, it's Sharon here from Sharon Dalton, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, coming to you live this Sunday. I am doing my monthly card and scrapbooking kit. So anyone who places an order with me in the month of April will be able to choose whether they want the 3 cards or the 2 scrapbook pages. Now Vicky and I have been doing these together, but Vicky's hurt her arm, so she couldn't do it last month. So, and with going away, I didn't do it last month either. Thanks, love. He's just making me a cuppa. He's a good boy. So yeah, so last month I was supposed to do Notes of Nature, but I just didn't get around to it. So truth be told, I was overwhelmed with everything else that I was doing. So hello, whoever's watching. I'll just get the other feed up so I can see who's watching. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, let's get it happening in the right place, because I have been known to go live. Hello Michael, how are you? I've been known to go live in the wrong place. So just tell us where you're watching from, Michael. Okay, let's get in this group. Just bear with me a few more minutes. Oh yes, whereabouts overseas? Righto, I think I've got that going now. So let's have a look here. There we go. Okay. Hey Mum, how are you? Oh, Scotland, okay. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so I've got the other device set up now, so I can see who's watching and keep up with the chat. So today I'm going to be working with some retiring papers in the Let's Go Fishing suite. So the papers are 12 by 12 and they will be retiring. Well, they go on sale. The retirement list starts on the 9th, so they will be, as soon as they're sold out, that's it, they're gone. So they're not getting carried over into the next catalogue. But the stamps and the dies are, but they will not be as a bundle anymore. They will be sold separately. So if you want them as a bundle, please. Hello Jules, how are you? Good to see you, love. Yeah, if you want them at the bundle price to get 10% off, shop very soon or you might miss out. I don't know if I marked whether they were going to be discounted or not, so let's have a look. No, they're not. Because they're carrying over, they don't get discounted. So yeah, so I'm going to flip you up to the ceiling and then I'm going to turn you down to the desktop. So just bear with me for a minute. There we go. Now I'll just get a little bit more light in here. It's a bit glary at the moment because we've got those guys in here, but once I move them out of the road, we'll be right. Hasn't the rain been lovely? Hey, it's been really nice actually. I'm very happy with how much, well, we didn't get a lot of rain, but how much that we did have. So as you can see, we're doing Gone Fishing, the photopolymer stamp set, and Gone Fishing, and the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder. But I also thought I might bring in this splash one as well. So it is retiring, and this is definitely retiring. So yeah, we and I'm going to use Very Vanilla because I love Very Vanilla, and I'm very sad that the thick Very Vanilla is going, but I'm using it just as layers today. So I have pre-made the cards, so it'll just be, most things are cut out for that. So if you want to go to your catalogues on page 78 and 79, I'll just move that up there and bring the catalogue out. I'll just see if the Twisted Rope is being discontinued, but I'm pretty sure most embossing folders are. Oh no, it is carrying over, so there is no discount on it. So, but the stars and the stripes and splatters, they're retiring, but there's no discount on theirs. So yeah, so we're just having a bit of fun today with that. So that's page 78 and 79. Now, as you can see from these papers, they are all fishing themed. So sad to say, I've got lots of this paper left over, so you'll be seeing a lot more of it in my cards. So this one's got some nice fish and then a nice denim-y looking piece on that one. And then this one's got some fishing rods and fishing line, and then some netting and some lures and some checks. Oh, pardon me. As you can see, I've been chopping things out of this. So some watery looking background and a map. That one. The only thing I haven't pre-done is the scrapbooking layout. So, and then we've got some more fish and some checks. And then we've got the flies for the lures and some stripy paper. So yeah, so quite a bit of paper for me to use. But, and as I said, we're going to use Very Vanilla. So I'm going to get started straight away with the scrapbooking page, just so that we can get that underway. Now, I'll only be doing one side of this today, but it will just about be mirrored for the other side. So let's get into it. Okay, and we're going to do some fussy cutting of these little fish as well, which were on one of those sheets. Yeah, that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to, well, I always grid out my 12 by 12. So I love this this grid board here. I wish Stampin' Up would bring out one, but it's not to be. So we're going to go. I'm just going to do it in the quarters. So I'm just going to put a few little marks here, just so I kind of know where my quarters are. And these are just basically for me to, you know, line things up, keep things straight. It's not something that you have to do, but I like things to be fairly straight. So make sure it's at 4 inches and not 3 inches, Sharon. Is it wet down there, Mum, or are you home today? So yeah, we demonstrators have been able to order from the pre-order, so I'm pretty excited about that. I did a smallish order so that I could get some stuff ready for, I've got a class Saturday, Sunday this weekend as an introduction to the new Stampin' Up colours. Sorry about that, I just dropped something. So yeah, so I hope it will be here by then. If not, we'll just have some we won't have as many products to play with, is what I'm saying. So yeah, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of this because I don't want to use a lot of it because I want to cut some of it up. So let's go with a 2-inch strip, 2 inches by 12 inches for that one. I think Barry said we had 16 or 15 mils. So yeah, so yeah, pretty good. I'm going to do some fishing rods. So this one I'm just going to make 1 inch. So we've got a 2-inch piece of the fish and a 1-inch piece of the rods. And then I'm going to use this map type one because we're going to put some splatters and background on this. So I will make that one because we need it to be 12 inches. Oh, it was raining all the way, Mum. Okay, so let's make that one 2.5 inches there. There we go. Right. So as I said, I'm only doing the one side of this for now. I'm going to pop that one there and stick that down. Well, not stick it, use some tape. And then I'm going to pop the fish, or maybe over it a little bit. I didn't want to cover too much of that up, so I might put the fishing lines under there. Look at that, yeah. So your 2.5 inch piece will go right on the far left hand side. So I'll just grab my tape now. Oh, that blue would have been nice too. Yeah, so this page, well, for those who really know me well, Barry and I love going fishing, so I will be using some of our creek fishing photos. Up the creek without a paddle, but no, we haven't been out since the weir's been in flood and had a fish. Righto, let's put that now. Let's make sure we're putting it the right way up, shall we? Yep, the words are that way, so that will make all the difference. So yes, I've just peeled off a little tiny bit at the bottom so I don't have to have trouble sticking it. And I'll lay that one down and then I will peel all my other edges off bit by bit. I just find this is the easiest way so that you don't get it all stuck down and then, oh, it's twisted or it's crooked. So I just peel it little bit by little bit. Now I am combining this with a challenge from Scrapbooking Global. We needed to use, let me just check the challenge again. We needed to use repeating patterns. So that mine is going to be my stripes, and then I'm going to add some circles. We need 2 or more photos, handwritten journaling, and grunge look with splatters and inked and torn edges. Well, the inked and torn edges will be the frames. So yeah, so now before we stick this other one down, we need to make sure that our fishing line ones are underneath. So I'm just going to line that back up again because I want to overlap it a little bit. So I think I'll make that go to like 8 1/4. So I'm going to stick that one down next, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of pencil lines here because we know that's going to be covered up. So I know that's the edge of this bit of paper. So again, I don't use tear and tape. I use a different brand of tape. So as you can see, it is a different kind of tape, but you could use tearing tape, and I don't use wet glue when I'm scrapbooking. So unless of course I'm putting down embellishments or something like that, but I always use tape when I'm scrapbooking. So who's excited that Close to My Heart girls are coming over to Stampin' Up, and that we're going to get some extra scrapbooking products to play with? So I'm pretty happy about that. We as demonstrators won't get them until next year, at the end of this year, sorry. But the Close to My Heart makers will be able to buy product from next month on. They've signed up now, and yeah, they will be able to buy products from next month on. So that's really good. I'm really happy about that for those guys, because you know there's nothing worse than sorry, I just got a message and I was just replying to it. Yeah, I think it's great too, Jules. Yeah, so got a bit distracted there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having some more scrapbooking products to play with. But we can make beautiful pages without any of the extra products at the moment. So please just go ahead and continue making our beautiful scrapbook pages. Now, as you can see, I pull it off, but I don't lay it down straight away because this side over here, it doesn't have any tape peeled off yet. So I'm going to line it up with those lines before I push it down. And then I'm going to turn it around and do the same with the other bits. So little bit by little bit, and then at least it won't be crooked. Oh, there goes my punches that I'm going to use. Sorry, guys. And now, where's that piece of fishies? Okay, so I'll line it back up on my grid now so that I can make sure I get it straight. So I'm going to make it about that much, I reckon. So I'm going to start putting the strip at 11 3/4. So make myself a little mark there. 11 3/4 up there and here. And again, some more tape. Oh, I made that piece a bit too long. Hope everybody's having a lovely wet weekend. What's the weather like in Scotland? Is it Scotland, Michael? you spring or what season are you? Not very good with other countries and what their seasons are. Look, I knew I was going to run out of tape. Anyway, I've got another one in the cupboard, so I'll just get it. It's not quite as wide, but it'll do. It will still work. Okay. Now, where's my fishies? Whoops, I've done it at the wrong end, but anyway, we'll line this up before I stick it. I peeled the sticky off at the top edge, but doesn't matter. See, that's not what you want to do. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's lined up first before you lay it down. And as I said, this is a fairly quick page, this one. I'm going to be using some splatters from a different stamp set because in the fishy one here, they don't really have any splatters other than this watery one. So I'm going to be using the splatters from a different stamp set. And now I'm going to punch myself. No, I'm not going to punch myself. I'm going to punch some circles out of these ones. I want that one. So these punches are from the online exclusive. So you got the 2-inch and the 1 3/4 inch. So I'm going to have some blue. There we go. I might do a couple of those. And then what have we got? I don't think I want to use that one again. I'm going to do some flies or lures or whatever they're called, and I'm going to do these in the 1 3/4 inch. So a couple of those. So as I said, we're using repeating patterns. So that for me is part of the challenge at the Scrapbooking Global group. So if you want to hop over there and have a look, there's that challenge, and then there's also a monthly hop that we do so that we can inspire people to use some of their products and make some lovely pages. Now, you don't have to have a blog to do it. You can simply make a page and you can share that after the blog hop has gone live on the 18th of April. So I'm just going to do one big one of that one. And then I'm going to grab some cardstock and do a couple of bits of cardstock that will run through the rope and the splatters in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let's have a look here. We'll use, that's a bit big. Oh yeah, that one might work. We'll use wild wheat and maybe some mossy. And let's see if I've got a small bit of what's that other colour? Pebbled in this bag of tricks. Can't see any so far. So we mightn't have that. But oh, look, that might work. A bit of vellum, because vellum is retiring too, which I'm very sad about as well. But anyway, we've got some other beautiful products that we'll be able to use, so won't be sad for too long. so let's get this piece out of the road. We don't need it. And then I'm going to do, did I do that as a big one? Yes, I did. So I'm going to do that as a small one this time. I'll do 2 of those. And then I'll do 2 big wild wheat ones. So 2-inch circles. And I might do some vellum 2-inch as well. Now I've got a lot, but don't forget I'm doing a second page. I'm not doing that today, but I'll just get them ready for the second page. Okay, so I'm going to bring my Stampin', Cut and Emboss in now. So I'll just move my page out of the road. Because we've got the 3D platform, the 3D embossing folders, we need to use the grey platform. So, so you need to take all of your other platforms away, your 2 and your 2 3s, you need to take them away, and then you're only going to use the 3D embossing folder and then the platform. So I'm going to do 1 yellow, 1 green. Oh, did I do any blue? No, let's find some blue. How did I miss the blue, girls? No, that's too skinny. That looks about the right size. Let's do some 2-inch ones in that. In the Boho blue, this one is. This wet weather's playing havoc with the cardstock today with the punches. They're a bit, it's a bit moist. There we go, so I'll put that in there, and then, yeah, I'll run that one through first. Move over punch. Look at how pretty they look with that twisted rope. So that gives it a good effect, that one. So I'll put the platform 1 back in, and now I will use the splatters on the blue and on the 2 vellum pieces. I will use the splatters. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks great. Great texture. Now, what else have I got here? I'll do, I don't want green splatters. There's another vellum piece. I'll just do the blue, I think, in that. There was another piece there I should have done in the rope, but I will. I'll just do these couple. There's lots of lovely colours in this this pack of paper. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colours. So lots of lovely colours. Calypso coral, pebbled path, misty moonlight, pecan pie, mossy meadow, boho blue, wild wheat, and petal pink. There we go. I've finished doing all the embossing now, so I can put that aside. Okay. Let's straighten this back up. It's a bit crooked. That's a bit better. Okay. I'll bring my page back in now. So like I said to you, I'm going to do some splatters on this page. So I'm just going to grab that stamp. So in this one here, there's this cross hatching and these splatters. And then there's another one I was playing with the other day that I thought would be perfect. I must have put that stamp away. Let's have a look. Oh no, this one will work. A bit of words. So yeah, so line it back up again. Now I'm going to use the Pebbled path with that, and I'm going to use what's it called? Come on, Sharon, words. I'm going to use generational stamping. So first, second and third generation stamping on this. So I'm just going to pop this here for now. Now, because I know I want to put a big lot of circles over here, I'm going to do some generational stamping here. So we're going to use this one. Put that one on there. And then we're going to use these little dotty ones. Put that on there. And out of this one, we're going to use this word. As you can see, it's been well loved, that one. Get them out the road now. So what's everybody been up to? I know Mum's been very busy down the beach. So let's have a look here. Okay, I might put that on a smaller block because it's going to rotate otherwise. Put that over there for now. Okay. Oh no! Congrats. There was still ink on that. Oh well, that's where some of my circles are going to have to go. Okay, so like I said, generational stamping, straight into the ink and straight out. And make sure you rotate. So second generation stamping with this one. One there. And then I'm just going to come back in and do some lighter ones as well. Some out here. And then another bit there. Oh, I'm really having a rough trot today. Let me get my my chamois so I can wipe that edge of that off. Okay. Let's do one more. And now this one is going to be quite dark, this one, because I want to make sure that we can see that it is actually words. Okay, now the words probably won't be straight because I'm not stamping close to it, but it doesn't matter. I want quite dark words there. And then this guy, I'm going to use a different colour. I'm going to use Calypso Coral on the little dottage. If anyone follows Ruth Trice, they will have known that terminology because Ruth uses dottage quite a bit in her one sheet. Oh God, I'm having trouble. One sheet wonder. I'll be trimming these ones down. Her one sheet wonders, she uses them quite a bit dottage, so it appears quite often, but I think that will do me for now. Now, lucky we've got, oh, you're moving in the kitchen items. Oh, how exciting. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Jules. Clean those ones off. And then this one. Right, let's put some of these guys in now. So we want to bring, I'm going to make my frames in wild wheat, so I need to bring a fair bit of that in. I don't need a fair bit of that because it's going to be a focus anyway. What do we reckon? We might go that way with that one. Now some of our designer series paper. I'm going to put a bit there where it's covering that little mistake, and this one can go over there because that brings a bit of that Calypso coral in. And then I'm going to put some rope down here, and what else have I got? Yes, we might use those guys as well. There's two of them close by, but so what have we got? Rope. Look at that. We've got some splatters, and then we can put out our title up here. Move that one over a bit more. Cover that bit up. I'll bring this blue in, I think. Where's the blue? Yep, there we go. So I'm pretty happy with that because I can put the rest of my title up there. So I'll move all those out of the road now. Now, the beauty of this is that you can use dimensionals and you can use glue because you're not putting photos anywhere near that. So put our rope there. Now we could have put some blending brushes on that to bring up the rope a bit more, but I'm too late. I've already stuck it down. So I will be adding ink to the edges of my what do you call it? Frames. That one can go flat as well. Cover up that other little boo-boo there. Now I'm going to pop this guy up. So how many of us have males in our life that we never seem to make any cards for? Well, today I'm going to make 3. There's a Father's Day one. There's I'm glad you're my dad. And what did I put on the other one? Oh, congratulations. So it could be for anything, that one. Bit of overkill, but I don't want him to sag in the middle. I was watching something today. Yeah, it's good that Jules is moving in. Hey, Mum. Very exciting. Righto. So let's put that one up there. So we still see a bit of our, and then this one, I'm going to make him I'll make that there. So I might stick him flat, I think. Okay. Now I do have another little halo there, but I think I'll be able to cover that with a embellishment or a fish or something. So I'm not too worried about it. And then I want to put this bit of bubble splatter in here somewhere. But the thing with this is, because it's vellum, you can't really use glue dots on it because you will see them through it. But I'm going to probably put a little tiny one here because whatever I put there I can cover it, and I'm going to put another one up here. So you have to be able to hide them because they will show through. So I noticed that there was a little bubble just there, so I'll put it inside that one. And then there's another bubble just here. We only need a couple of bits to hold it down because whatever we're going to put on it, you won't be able to see it then. There we go. Okay, so now let's get to our frames. So as I said, I wanted to make sure that I had some ink on my frames. So we're going to use what's that colour called? Boho Blue and Wild Wheat. I'm going to do, there's supposed to be 2 or more photos, so I'm going to do 2 3x4s. So, because that's what size the little ones are that you can print out at Officeworks. So this one's a little bit littler, but yeah, I'll cut another one because I know that that's 4 inches across. Oh, wrong blade. Okay, yep, those 2 are the right size. 3x4. Trim that little bit off. There's our next 3x4. Now I will use a vanilla matte on the inside of this, and now this one I'm going to make a 5x7, I think. Let's have a look. What about a 6x4? That might be better because I can fit more in there then. By 4. There we go. Now, and I'm going to grunge up the edges of this mat as well. Okay. So let's have a look here. So how you can do that is just by using your scissors, your snips, and you're just going to use them to create some texture. Now, if you're not careful, you can cut into your cardstock, but I just think that adds to the character of the frame. Sounds like it's raining again. It's been lovely to have this bit of rain about. And then the same on these ones. Yeah, it is. It's definitely rain. When I first started scrapbooking, this is what we did all the time. We grunged up our edges, but I haven't been doing much of it lately. Righto, and then now I'm going to bring in my ink. Get that off of there and bring back in my piece of paper for blending on. Grab myself my blending brush and I'm going to add some Misty Moonlight, I think, to that. Now, I don't actually blend straight into my ink pads. I blend on a block. So, put a bit of Misty Moonlight around the edge of this one. Now, as I said, we could have done that to our shapes, but I forgot to do it. But start off the edge and come on. And then just keep turning your shape until you're getting some nice colour on it. There we go. So you can see that's got a nice colour on there now. Right, I'm going to do the same here. Move this out of the road and just blend and just keep spinning my card so that I can get some ink on the edges. Grab some more ink. Oh, see? I didn't blend off properly first, but I'll have a vanilla border in there, so not too concerned about it. And then you just come back in now and you just keep adding depth. So where I've got that real dark bit, I'll make some more dark bits somewhere else. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm going to swap ink pads and I'm going to grab the Pebbled Par for the wild wheat ones. Just going to wipe off my block. Oh, it's barely coming down. Nice rain, Jules. Okay. Now we won't need very much ink for this one. I need to get my right brush bump. Because we don't want to overpower the wild wheat. We just want to put some colour around the edge. So that it stands out from the page. Now you might think that there's nothing on there, but when I bring this one in, you can tell that there is. Might just put a little bit more on. There we go. Same on this one. Blending all the way around. Now you can do this to any card that you are making. Rough up the edges of your cardstock and then add some ink before you add it to your actual card. It just gives that little bit more depth to your cardstock. Oh, there's still a bit there. All right, let's have a look at that. I'll wipe that one off. Lucky I got denim shorts on today. All right, I'll put this out of the way. Oh, the rain is coming down. Pop that one up there. You can't see, but I've got this little storage thing that my husband made me for my blending brushes. It makes my life so much easier because they just go back up there in the little storage. Right, bring back in our layout now. Now I might actually scrunch up the edges of this. And then add some ink to that. Hello Amanda, how are you, love? Thank you for joining, catching me doing a live. Doing some scrapbooking, love, and then I'm going to make 3 cards. I'm almost finished the scrapbook page. I'm working on our challenge in Scrapbooking Global this month. Right, let's bring that blending brush back in. So I'm going to use Pebble Path again. Now what did I do with that block? There we go. So you need to be a little bit more careful when you're using a dark colour on a light colour, but just come around your edges. You don't want to overpower it. Get a bit more colour on there. I met Amanda at the on stage this time. Amanda's was lovely and came up and said to me, "Oh, you're the lady from Scrapbooking Global." And I thought, "Oh, maybe." And but it was lovely to meet her and all the other people who follow Scrapbooking Global. I'm very fortunate that we felt there was a need for a scrapbooking page, so needless to say, we've started that up now, and it's been going for quite some time. Right. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's move that out of our way now. So I have done a 4x6 in Boho Blue, and I think I will go this way with that. And then two 4-inch by 3-inch photo mats. They could have had a little bit more colour on them, I think, but I'll leave them for now. So like I said, yes, it was awesome, love. I'll just close that ink pad up. Yeah, so like I said, when I'm using photo mounts, I don't use glue, I use tape, and I don't use tear and tape, I use this one. It's just become my firm favourite, so I'm just going to have a swig of this tea that my husband made me. And then I will put some vanilla down as the actual photo mount. So these are the backing mats. And then I'll get started on the cards because this page is almost done then. I will upload it to Scrapbooking Global with some photos on it. I've been trying to catch up for all the pages that I've done that I haven't put photos on. I don't know if you do it, Amanda. You just make a page and then you find the photos to fit on it. Now I'm just going to do my little angel wings on this little fella so I can get it lined up. Right, so I know I've got a mark here and a mark here so that we know approximately, so that's at 2 inches. Might go over just a little bit more so I can get it relatively straight. And then I'll just stick that down. I'll just check that now before I actually stick it. Where's my 2-inch mark? Yeah, see, it's a bit too high there. There we go. Right, now I can stick it. I'm happy now. Peel those other bits off. And spin it around and get the other piece off. What have you been doing this weekend, Amanda? Getting organised with all your goodies? Right, now I'm going to rub out a couple of lines here. Oh no, that one might be covered up. That one there and that one there. Yep, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I had a trip to Dysart yesterday, so I didn't do any craft yesterday, which for me is a bit unusual on the weekends because I normally just sit down and craft all weekend. Hubby watches the TV and the footy and everything. Pull that one off. Now, because I've still got the tape on these edges, I can work out the even borders before I stick down that bit up there. It looks pretty good. And if it is a little bit crooked, it doesn't really matter because we'll be putting some fish on there or some different things from this die set. It's got some amazing dies in here actually. Once I show you the cards, you'll be like, oh, might need that in your stash. Amanda used this one just recently too, didn't you, Amanda? Made a fishing layout. A bit boring for those of you who are not who are card makers that don't do scrapbooking, but you could use some of these principles on a card because ultimately a scrapbook page is just a larger card. So let's get that lined up. There we go. Okay, so there's our basic shell of our scrapbook page, and as I said, I'm going to put a little title over here. I'll bring some of this grunge over onto this part of the page when I go to finish it, and we'll add some more of the fish, maybe some here. So yeah, so that's our basic principle of our page. Yes, that's for sure. So yeah, so I will finish that and I'll get on to the cards now because you will see the end product when I'm finished because I'll upload it into Scrapbooking Global. But any of these pages, you can make a smaller version for your cards. So I'll get that out of the road and we'll get on to the cards now. So like I said, I have pre-done these guys and so it'll be easy. Everything's cut up for us. I am going to be using Vicky and my weekly sketch again. So Vicky and I on each of our business pages and our blogs, we will have some variations of this sketch and then come Tuesday we will have a new sketch for you. So yeah, so measurements are there, but of course you don't have to follow those measurements. So the one I'm going to do today is using these papers. And we're going to use some bling that is retiring. I'll just grab it and tell you the name of it. This is the brushed metallic adhesive backed dots, those ones. So I'll just get our sketch out of the road, pop it up there. Okay, as you can see, I've got all the pieces cut. Now, I did a variation, like I have with the other ones. Hello, Vicky, how are you? Thanks for joining. I've made my background the same as our sketch, 9.5 by 13.8 I don't do 13.9. And then I've made these guys a little bit smaller. So we've got a border all the way around. And then a border between them. Might have to trim that one down a little bit. So I'm going to put our 2 outside edges on first. So they are just, you know, like a 1/8 of an inch smaller on 2 sides. So give yourself a little bit of a border top and bottom and on your edge. There we go. I'll tell you what the measurements of these are in just 2 short shakes. So just a little border all the way around. Now, this won't fit in there, it'll overlap. So this is why I always put this one on last, so I can have a little looky-see and work out how much I'm going to have to chop it down by. So again, I use my pencil and I think, oh yes, that looks about right. So then I grab my trimmer, which is buried somewhere. Where did I bury it? Here? No, I didn't bury it at all. I put it in a very safe spot. So yeah, so I'm going to trim that one down. Now let's have a look. Now this little strip that I've cut off, I could possibly use in the middle. Now I've made that too thin, but anyway, it won't really matter. Okay, so you've got that little border in there now. What have you been up to, Vic? Is it raining down your way? It looked to be on the maps. There's our panel. And then we've got, in this set of dies, like I said, there's some amazing dies in this set. You have a tackle box. Let me get an envelope down here so you can see it. And all these pieces get cut out of the tackle box. Where is it? Oh. Yeah, here, look. And then you can put all your bits and pieces in. So what I've done is I've used the largest piece out of the tackle box and I've run it through the rope embossing folder so that I could put some texture on it. But you have all these other pieces which you can use as labels. What do you call them? Sentiment labels. Oh, my brain today. So I'm going to pop this one up like our sketch. This one has a piece going across there. So again, it's not the same measurement as what our sketch is, but it's still, we're using the same principle. So I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. And then we'll do a little bit of stamping for this one. We're going to stamp the float on this one. Now again, because I like to have things straight, I use a centering ruler and I will pop that on my card, make that move Move that out of the way. Okay, bring in my centering ruler. This is something I wish Creative Memories Stampin' Up would come up with for us girls. So I know that I want to have it towards the top half of my card, top quarter I should say. So because this has got centering lines on it, I know that when I pop this down that I'm able to see where to pop it so that I get it just about even. There we go. Now I've got these two little bits here. This one's for our float and this one's for our sentiment. And I've got some bling there. So bring our float in. So we need this little piece. And we need this one. And we're going to use Pebble Path as our outline. And then we're going to use, where has it gone? Here it is, Calypso Coral as the rest of our float in there. And that's with this one. Move that out of the way. So I have to bring this down a little bit so I can line it up. I hope my head doesn't get in there too much. There we go, that's pretty good. Some more on there. There we go, so we'll run that through and then I'm going to use the word congrats again. Find myself a little block. What did I do with it? There it is. So once you get your stamp off of the plastic sheeting, just let it lay flat for a little bit just to get some, so that all that stretch that's in it doesn't stretch the stamp when you want to stamp it. So then I'm just, actually I'll bring it down a little bit more. Stamping congrats down there. Close that ink pad up before. You went to church and then you went to check things out. Oh, is it? Oh dear. Nepean looks like it's ready to burst. Well, Barry was reading something about the Warragamba Dam, that they're releasing lots of water from it. Is it anywhere near you? So yeah, we're just going to chop this one down on a bit of an angle. And then I'm going to chop it this way. In your PJs. Good on you. That one's that way. So I'm just going to use my little guide here so I can get my edge cut the same way as the last one. There you go. It's a bit crooked, so I'll straighten that up. Sorry, I'm concentrating and not talking. There we go, that looks pretty good. And then I'll bring the die cutting machine in to cut out our float. So we've got the little baby here. And then put our dies. And I actually put a hole in this one and put some twine through it. So I'll use my piercing mat to do that so that I can thread thread the twine through it. Look at that. It's a gorgeous little float, that one. Pop this back into here so we don't lose it. Righto. And we want our take your pick tool. I'm just going to put a hole in that, and then I'm going to go back on the other side as well, because it just makes it easier to put that bit of thread through. Now I've cut myself a bit here. I want to make a couple of knots at one end so that it doesn't go through the hole when we pull on it. There we go. And then we're going to try and push this other end through here. So I'm just going to use my scissors. Oh. It's a little bit tricky getting it through that hole, but we'll get there. There we go. There we go, I got it. Without wrecking it completely. And then just chop that other bit off at this end. There we go. So now I'm going to pop this guy here. I'm just going to put a little glue dot on the back so he doesn't go all the way through. Stop him from pulling through. And then some dimensionals now. And I'm only putting dimensionals down the bottom half because we've already got dimensionals on the back of there. So we don't need to put it on that. And then I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue here, maybe a little bit there, so that he can pop down there. So that is this little guy here as our punch shape or a die cut. So that's that one. And then I'm going to have my string up there. So I'm going to use some glue dots again to secure that. Just from, actually Monica gave it to me, Vicky, but it's just at Spotlight. And because our glue dots are wound a different way around this time, it makes it easiest for us to get them out with this glue dot holder. Yes, Monica seems to find all the good little finds. Right, I'm going to chop some of that off now. I don't want that much string. There we go, and I'm going to put another glue dot there. To hold that in place. Just looking at my card to see what else I did to it. Oh, that's right, I put it under the sentiment, so I'll move that down a bit. There we go. And then our little congratulations, we're just going to put here. So I'm just going to chop a little bit of this off, a little bit that end, and maybe that bit for that end. peel those bits off now and stick your string in underneath there between your dimensionals. Now we'll pop that on the card. Like I said, this one could go in the middle. Move those bling out of the road. Oh, there goes my scissors. Right. And there is our card, almost finished. Just got to put a bit of bling on here now. So I'm just going to add these in the corners to make it look like they're the bolts holding it on the wall. And imagine we've got an insert in here and we would be able to put our blue fishies in there. So that is our first card done and dusted. Let's get my scissors. That in the middle so that we can find that again. Right, next card. So this was the other one that I did. Same, but a little bit different. But that's the one we did just now, so I'll leave him up there. Now, our next one has got a few more bits to it. A little bit more stepped up. So where's our card open? There we go. So I'm using wild wheat on this one and a lot of big fishies. Move that over there because you should be able to see it over there. So I'm going to stick this straight down this one. Don't need to worry about the things that we add to it. Oh, make sure it's the right way up. Yep. There we go. Don't lose our little bits and pieces here. So we're going to stamp on this one. And this one here is just going to sit up here on a piece of that twisted rope. So that's going to sit up there. So I'll pop that in a minute, but I want to stamp this first. So the sentiment we're using on that is, so glad that you're my dad. And I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight in that. Actually, I think on mine, my original, I think I used Night of Navy. So I might change my plan because I think the Misty was too light. Now, normally I wouldn't die cut this until I've stamped it, but for this live, I thought I would do it so that we didn't have to mess about die cutting. Look at that. Whew! Bit of stress, bit of pressure. There we go. So now that we've done that, that can go on there. Did I pop it or did I not? I didn't pop it, but I'm going to on this one because I feel like it needs a bit of a lift. So let's get some dimensionals on it. This set of dies that I'm using for this banner is the Nested Essentials. and they are carrying over. Oh, you took a nap, Mum. They're carrying over into the new catalogue, so I'm really happy about that because we are losing quite a few of our standalone dies, so I'm really happy that they were carrying over. Well, you didn't miss too much, Mum, only the scrapbooking page, which I think you wouldn't be too bothered by anyway. So, must have needed it. You had a good shower while you were sleeping. That one in there. Should not go right to the top on that one. There we go. Now we're going to put our piece of rope board up here that this is going to hang off of. So I'm going to pop it on dimensionals as well. I almost run out of dimensionals, so I'm using my my mini ones until I get some more. They are going up in price too, so if you want some dimensionals at the old price, jump in now and get them. Quite a few price increases, but with the cost of living, I don't wonder why Stampin' Up have to lift their prices as well, because every time you go to the grocery store, it's costing you a bit more money. Actually, you know what I might do with this before I stick it to there is add some blending to the background of this. Let's bring this in. Where is my pebbled path? There it is. Now, because I've taken the backs off my glue dots, I'm just going to grab my silicone mat and pop it down. And then that way it won't matter if it sticks to the silicone mat. I'm still able to get that up. Now, don't forget this time, because it's so dark, to work off the edges first. And just add your colour until you're happy with the depth of it. Weathered old piece of board, old rope, this one. There we go, and I might actually put some on my banner as well. I'll just move that out of the way for now and grab that banner and bring it back in. Now, because there's a fair bit on there, I might come off onto my paper. Don't want to make it too dark, but I don't want to make it, I want to be able to see it. There we go. Pop that away. Get rid of this now. So where's our card base gone? So we're going to pop this bit down first. Now, let's get that centering ruler back in. So we need to move over this way a don't really want it too far down because our banner's quite big. There we go. Right, pop that out of the road now. Now, because we can eyeball this, I'm just going to eyeball it, and then I'm just going to stick that onto that top of that banner. Might need to get a new glue. Nearly added glue on this one. And then, as I said, there is plenty of bits and pieces in this die cut set. So I'm just going to add a lure to this card now. So again, I'm just going to put a glue dot in here just to hold this hook in place. Good old glue dots. What would we do without them? Pop that one there. That just holds him in place. And then we've got this other little thing which I don't know what it's called, but it actually fits on there as well. So I'm just going to pop that one on, and again I'll put a glue dot on that just to secure it. Now, I don't know if anyone has noticed, but Stampin' Up! Are bringing back our silver so that we can make pretty things again. So I'm just going to put because it's got all these holes in it, I don't want to use glue on it because otherwise the glue will seep through. So I might just use some tape for that. Oh, where's my skinny tape? Here. There's one bit. I don't actually fish with lures, so I'm not really up on the terminology of all things lures. But anyway, hopefully I'm doing the lure justice, that this is how it turns out. So there's our lure there. And then I'm just going to put a bit of rope in here as well. I should have tied this knot first. Might do that actually. Tie a little knot in it so it doesn't fray open. There we go. Now to try and get that through the hole, because I've already stuck it, you see. There we go, I've got it through. Woo! Whew! And then, because you use lures with floats, I've made this little float as well. So I'm just going to pop that on it. But I want to put some colour on it. What did I do with my blending brush, girls? Here it is. So yeah, I just want to put a little bit of colour down the bottom of this one. And then I'm going to glue that on. So they've thought of everything. Someone obviously had a great deal of input. One of the male design artists. And then we're going to put our string and our float there. Just need a glue dot now. Put it on this outside edge because we've already got the height in here with the banner. Get rid of that. We might need a second one. He's looking a bit lopsided. There we go. Oh, that's better. Gives him a bit more stability. And then we just need to put 2 little gold bits. We should have probably got silver, but I've got 2 little gold blingy bits here. Put on the edge of our rope. Our board at the back there, I mean. So that is our second card, and like I said, it was a little bit different to the first one that I did. I'll grab that one out. There we go, there's our second card. So it's a little bit different. I did a bit of a scene, but I figured with all the fish that were here, we didn't really need to do another fish. So that's that one. And then we're on to our third and final card. How are we going for time? Not too bad. Not too bad. So I'll move that one out of the road. We don't need that one. And now our third card. I've already decorated the envelope for this one. I did that ahead of time. So I put some circles down the edge there. So following on from our scrapbook page, I wanted some circles on our card. So we've got 3 layers here, 1, 2, 3. So we can glue them all together straight away. We don't have to worry about anything with these guys. It's just I wanted a little bit more blue behind the very vanilla. Actually, no, we can't. We can't. I've got to put these guys down first. Silly me. Might bring one of these embossed ones in, see what that looks like. Embossed bit of rope. Yeah, we might bring a bit of blue embossed rope in. But it's bigger, it's a bigger shape. Yeah, no. Go back to your original plan and stop changing things. So what I did first was I put the top one on first, and then I grew the rest of my, put the rest of my circles on them. So I'm not going to use that one, I'm going to use that one in here. And then, what have I got? Got some blue. What's on this one? That one's got fishies, so he's going to have to be the blue plain one in there. You can come down a bit. And then I'll put the flies in here. And then I'll put this other blue one down here. Right, let's go. Very simple card, this one. Not very hard at all. Just making sure our fishing lines are straight up and down. I really like this paper. Looks like denim. So do you like these colours in this set of papers, girls? I know they're retiring, but I'm pretty sure that Stampin' Up! Would have plenty left over, so you would be able to get your own stash of this paper. Thanks for those of you who are sticking with me, seeing as though I'm going a little bit over time, but not too bad. Now I can stick this all together. I'll chop off the edges of these guys. Stuck to my trimmer, so I'll pull those bits off. That one and this one. Get rid of all that. Hello Marnie, how are ya? You just finished making some swaps. Oh, you've been a busy girl making swaps. That's right, you're going away again, aren't you? So, like I said before, I wouldn't normally punch this out before I stamp it, but I did for time's sake. Now, you know how I grunged up the edges on my scrapbooking page? Well, I'm just going to grunge up the edges on this banner as well. Nearly cut it with my scissors. So yes, looks cool, does it? Yeah, no, this is a good masculine cards here, Marnie. I'm going to put some pebbled path on that. Just bear with me. Put my paper back in. Again, making sure you don't get too much on, because you don't want it to overpower. And I'm going to do the edges of this as well. I'd actually grab the pebble path and do around the border. So just very gently when you do this, run your cardstock in your ink pad, because as you can see, I'm putting little lines. You don't want to tear your ink pad. There we go, bit of colour on that. Get that back out of the road. Right, now we can bring all of our layers back in. Stick this one, my pebbled, no, my very vanilla to my boho blue, my denim, whoops, get off, you've just got a very fine border of that around here. And then the same thing again with our layer. We're going to layer it onto the wild wheat one. Now, which way are our fishing lines? This way. Not that you're going to see very much of them. There we go. And now stick that onto your card base. Pretty straight. Now we're going to stick our banner on here. So I'm just going to stick that straight down with my glue. And I'm just going out to the edge of the wild wheat with that. And on this one, we need to stamp Happy Father's Day. Let me grab that stamp from up here. Here it is. Just let it sit there for a minute and then pop your block onto it. And I'm going to use wild wheat for this. I just got ink all over me. I knew I was going to do that. You like this card, Mum? Yeah, I love the wheat colour too. It kind of brings out like a goldy tone, the wild wheat colour. Happy Father's Day. Because before we know it, it will be Father's Day. So I thought I'm going to get in and make some cards for the shop, and then at least then I'm ahead of the game. So this one I'm just going to pop up on dimensionals. So none of these cards are very hard. Tried to keep them quite simple. I will have these loaded to my page later on today, so that you can see them. I didn't get to do the ones from the other day yet, so I've got to pop them up as well. Make sure you leave me a comment and let me know where you're watching from, because I will be sending some happy mail out to people who leave me a comment. So there's our Happy Father's Day, and then I'm going to put our bling on. Now this bling is retiring. Oops, just peeled it straight back off. So if you like it, jump over to my store and order it. There we go. That is our third card done for today. So there's the one I made today, and this is the one I made earlier this morning. So same, but just a little bit different. So I'll just pull in the 3 cards and the scrapbook layout. I'll move some stamps out of the road so we don't get that on our cards. So there's our 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. There's our 3 cards that we did. So pretty happy with those guys. And then, as I said, I will finish putting the grunge over in this corner, and the title across there I will put on that as well. So pretty happy with that. Yes, it's a long live, but I was watching around the corner up the road. Yeah, righto. Yeah, so I can't wait to put some photos on this because we're forever fishing. So we've got plenty of photos. Just pop those all on the top there so you can have a look. I really appreciate everybody watching, and if you place an order with me in the month of April, you get to choose either the 3 card kits or the 2 scrapbooking pages. So as I said, Vicky's arm's not the best, so she's not going to join us until till May. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, I'll catch you again on Thursday night for my live. Okay then, bye for now.